Yeah, and I'll give you a comparison. In March of 2020, Scott, when Bitcoin got down to about between 4,000 and 6,000, there was $70 billion lost. And so just think of the magnitude of what we're talking about now. It's an $800 billion correction. But I think the good news about that, frankly, is because this is decentralized, you don't have any systemic risk. Secretary Yellen more or less said that this morning. And I just want you to imagine that kind of hit to the banking community, how dramatic that would be and what the Federal Reserve would need to do. So it's just an example of decentralization being what I would describe as less fragile than the core system. Now, having said that, this is... Go ahead.
Let me just interrupt you, and I apologize, but unless we should be looking at it differently, and the way in which some of the investors that I've been speaking with have characterized it, yes, the banking system may not be the place where the pain is most acute. It may be on the everyday person sector, if you will. People who piled into crypto, they listened to all the evangelists on it, a lot of retail, younger retail investors, and have had a tremendous amount of wealth wiped out as a result of the carnage that we've witnessed. And some of the people that I talked to are among the smartest I've ever spoken with. They don't know what to make of that and what that means in the biggest picture.
Well, look, of course, we can draw historical context back to March of 2000, where we saw the NASDAQ go from something like 5,000 and change down to 2,300. And so if you had leverage in this situation, then you likely incurred a permanent capital loss. But if you didn't have leverage in this situation, there were some anomalies that took place, like the Terra debacle, where I think these assets are at distress level prices. They're technically oversold. And so we haven't sold one position, frankly. Still our core fund has about 18% exposure to Bitcoin and Ethereum. And I'll just point out to people, if you bought this stuff when we did back in October of 2020, these coins, were trading 18,000 or so for Bitcoin, 700 or so for Ethereum. And so if you take a long-term perspective and sort of zoom out, you could do very, very well in the cryptocurrency markets. Listen, everybody's a short-term investor when you have losses like this. That cliche, I'm a long-term investor, Scott, until I have short-term losses. And so I understand the panic in the markets, but what I would encourage people to think about is the two core protocols, Bitcoin and Ethereum. Zoom out, take a look at what they've done over a 5-year period of time, and recognize that there was a flaw in the Terra Luna mechanisms. Many people spoke out against it. SkyBridge never owned any of those tokens, and many people spoke out against that. And of course, when that crumbled, you saw massive selling pressure. So I think this thing is technically oversold. We're long-term optimistic, and unfortunately for me, Scott, I'm getting old. This is my 8th bear market cycle, and I just want to encourage younger people that are tuning in, perhaps it's their first or second bear market cycle, to see through the carnage and recognize that there's an extraordinary opportunity ahead, like there was in March of 2000.